Hey, this is JB here for today's Futures Day Trading video review for January 3rd, 2018 for Drum Energy bands. Today before 8 a.m. Eastern we said 98 quarter, and then we had some downside target about 85, upside 02 and a quarter, and then 17 and a half with the weekly. Now in the room we didn't do too well. We actually took a couple of losses and decided to just focus in on discussing about the Holy Grail. I was a little off here today. I don't know about you guys, but I follow these full moons pretty careful. And we're just coming off one, and specifically when I take a couple of weeks off, it takes me a little bit to get back into it. And that was kind of the situation for me. Now, what we did discuss was the Holy Grail and a couple of the setups live in the room. None that I took. However, what we did do is we discussed them live, and I'll just show you one that just occurred. Now what we do is we know this stuff one bar in advance, so we know at this point here that we've got this support coming in right here. It's drawn in red, and there's these little dots along with this magenta line. This comes in at about 20, I think it's 2707, okay, or excuse me, 7.5, and I drew this on the chart to the right. There's 7.5. The software isn't back quite yet. It's supposed to be in this week. And the other thing that we look at is when we look at this 50,000 tick, I want to draw your attention to the bottom of this green area. That's 2707. So that's a significant point when you're using multiple time periods, because 2707, when we're down here, has the lower axe right here at 2707. So very significant if this 7.5, which gets picked up by the trade chart to the right here, as support, that you're not going to stay short. You're going to get out and go long. The reason we know that is because these green airbags stop pushing down. You can see how the center, getting above the center, a lot more above the center. Now the center's down here, and we're directly above it. So these green things stop pushing down, and then the centers seem to keep holding through this point. The centers keep holding through this point and break this wall that is put in here. The reason being is because this higher chart's green airbag is still pushing up. And when we know this information, this is very significant. It was essentially the same kind of thing with the daily here today. And there's a little bit of a situation going on with having two pieces of software running simultaneously. I want to move specifically into the Holy Grail. I'm honestly moving away from the older software and exclusively been looking at it for the last couple of weeks and longer actually, and I really am looking forward to getting it this week. So we're keeping up the webinar we did last night that's concerning the Holy Grail and the Bob's bubble that we discussed in the webinar. We're going to keep that up for another little bit if you want to get in and check it out before we take it down, and send us an email if you want to qualify for the discount when we roll it out later this week. Thank you for your interest and for showing up yesterday. Huge turnout, and I hope you have a great trading day.